Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from the Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com too. I'm TJ Miracle. A beautiful day here at Wildcat Park as we get ready for this non-district battle between the Cats and the Coyotes, as Coach Cruz telling the PA guys to turn the music down. Yeah, let's make sure that we do what they are supposed to, especially with the PA. We don't want a situation like in Hobbs the other night. So we come into this one, the Coyotes kind of having an up and down season so far through the first 15 games. They are 7-8 on the year, but they have had all kinds of fits with this Roswell High team. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Roswell High comes in with exactly the opposite record under head coach T.C. Nusser. They are 8-7 on the year, but again, two of those wins already coming against this Wildcat squad. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. We will start with the Coyotes of Roswell. It'll be Joaquin Bolanos. He leads it off and plays shortstop. Their pitcher batting second is Jace Griffin. Batting third is the first baseman Elias Lujan. Hitting in the fourth spot and playing in right field is Alex Lomali. Batting fifth is the second baseman Luke Lynn. Hitting sixth, playing center, is Davian Dominguez. Batting seventh, playing third, is Eneth Navarez. Batting eighth and playing in left is Alejandro Serrano. And batting ninth is the catcher Isaac Orozco. For this Roswell High squad, as a team, they come in hitting .362 with 5 homers on the year and 102 team RBIs. Turn of the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Leading off is the DH Peyton Thurman. He'll be hitting in place of Abraham Rodriguez, who plays center. Batting second is the shortstop Jude Madrid. Hitting third, playing third on Paredes. Batting fourth is the first baseman Juan Sepulveda. Batting fifth and playing in left, Fidencio Lujan. The sixth place hitter playing in right field, Dallas Barrera. Batting seventh, playing second, Tristan Barriga. Batting eighth is the pitcher, Angel Salas. And batting in the 9 slot and catching here in game one will be, it's only one game today, Angel Salas. The JV will be playing after this, but this is a singleton here today. For Lovington on the season as a team, they are hitting .341 on the year. They have hit 3 home runs, and they have 100 RBIs thus far on the season. Your pitching matchup, Griffin on one side, Salas on the other. Griffin for Roswell High, 2-2 on the year. He's got a 5.5 ERA. Coming in for Roswell for Lovington, Salas with the 1-1 record and a 6.75 ERA. As we mentioned, this will be the third time this season that these two teams have met up and matched up, and it has gone the way of Roswell High both times, big ways. Back on March the 7th, Roswell High beat them in a tournament 22-2. That's an ouchie. And then they played them about 10 days ago, and Roswell High beat them in another tournament. That final was 18-3. So Lovington looking to improve on those two games to be certain. So Coach Cruz, Coach Nusser, and the officials are meeting at home plate, just making sure they have all the ground rules and everything in place as we get ready for the start of this non-district matchup between the Cats and the Coyotes. If you're looking for Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat softball, well, that's over on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. My partner in crime, Dawn Morgan, she is over at Lady Cat Field for that one, and scheduled first pitch for that coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. After today, next up for your Wildcats, they will be in Eunice 1 week from today. Of course, we'll have that game for you, and then district gets underway on the 16th, so we will have every single game for you for the Wildcats from here on out in this baseball season as Coach Cruz, Coach Nusser head back to their respective dugouts as we get ready to start off this matchup. A Lee County versus Chavez County matchup, Cats versus Canines, the red versus the blue. So getting ready for the national anthem and the introductions. So we'll take a timeout, come back, and have the first pitch. This is Lovington Wildcat Baseball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com from Z94. Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Back here at Wildcat Park, getting ready for the start of this non-district battle between Lovington and Roswell. I'm TJ Miracle. At first pitch, we're going to be looking at 81 degrees with a wind blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour straight out here at Wildcat Park. But all in all, an absolutely gorgeous afternoon on this Maundy Thursday for some high school baseball. For the Coyotes, they are wearing the road black tops with the black numbers and the red outline, the gray pants, and the red lids. For your Lovington Wildcats, they are in the home blue tops with the white letters and numbers, the white pinstripe pants, and the white lids with the blue bills. So leading it off for Roswell High, it'll be Joaquin Bolanos, their shortstop. He'll be followed by Jace Griffin and then Elias Lujan. That is 1-2-3 for Roswell High. Your defensive alignment for the Wildcats, it'll be Salas on the hill, the 1-1 record, and the 6.75 ERA. Wood is his battery mate. Your infield first to third, Sepulveda, Barriga, Madrid, and Paredes. Your outfield left to right is Lujan. And I can't read my own handwriting. I apologize about that. Lujan, Rodriguez, and Barrera. There we go. I'm going to clean that up so I can read it so I don't goof it up again. So Lujan, Rodriguez, Barrera, the outfield from left to right. So just about ready to go in this one as Salas, the lefty, taking his final warm-up tosses. Again, a gorgeous afternoon for baseball. If you're looking for the softball game, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and also over on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube, front page, HobbsAmerica.com as well. Don Morgan with the call on that one across campus over at Lady Cat Field. So the ump has said we are just about ready to go. He still hasn't given the two pitch. Yeah, he has. So there's the throw down from Wood. And okay, we are ready to go. A little Thursday afternoon baseball from here in Lovington. So Bolanos will step in, hitting .375 on the season. Where's number 13, the righty shortstop? Kind of flaps the arms with the mint green bat and will step in. Outfield playing fairly deep, infield pretty much straight up to start this game, and we are underway as Salas deals, swung on, and that one is fouled off for strike one. So a no ball, one strike count. Dimensions here at Wildcat Park, you got 320 down the lines, 345 to straightaway center, about 320 to the alleys, and the pitch, that one is going to be low. and will even the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count just underway, top of the first inning. As Salas kicks and deals fastball, swung on and missed, and will run the count to 1-2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Of course, natural turf here at Wildcat Park. Salas has the sign from Wood and deals, swung on, and that one is shot foul into the Lovington dugout. Coach Cruz handling that one for strike, well, stays strike 2, so still a 1-2 count. As Bolanos settles back in, Salas ready to go. Wood set up on the outside, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and the in-out swing gets that one off the handle and down to Coach Nusser. And so the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going to be important for this Wildcat defense to get off the field if they can. Clean innings. 2-2 pitch curveball swung on, and that one is fouled into the Lovington dugout. Once again, and the count stays at 2-2. Looks like Bolanos has got the timing almost down. Not having too much trouble seeing Salas yet. That one actually caromed out of the dugout and out into left field as Lujan will go over and toss that one back in. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Slightly open stance for Bolanos. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot. Please don't hit the gray Nissan, and the count stays 2-2. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Salas ready to work and deals 2-2 again, and that one in there, called strike 3. Ring him up and sit him down. Bolanos goes down on strikes, and there is 1 down here in the top of the first. Good pitch. He froze up Bolanos. I think he was looking for something in. Instead, it went out and cut off the edge of the plate. So now it'll be Jace Griffin, the lefty pitcher, 474 on the year. You mentioned this Roswell team as a team hitting 362. First pitch to Griffin, and he'll cue shot that one foul off the end of the bat for strike number 1. So a 0 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down, top of the first inning. Roswell High has had their way with Lovington in a couple of games previously, but this one's at home in their 3rd time meeting. So Lovington trying to earn the split, even if they don't get the series win. Off-speed pitch, yes, sir, in there, called strike 2. So a 0 ball, 2 strike count as my phone decides to start dinging, of course. And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that one's back up the middle. A slow roller going to it, handling it is Barriga over to first, but is it going to be in time? Nope, not going to be in time to get the speedy Griffin, and it is an infield single. So now a runner at first with 1 down, and that will bring the number 3 hitter, Elias Lujan, to the plate. So Lujan will step in with a runner at first, 1 down. Infield goes to double play positioning. Lujan, 449 on the year, will settle into the box, and the wind in the first pitch. That one is going to be in the dirt. Gets away momentarily from Wood. The throw down to second sails, but backing it up is Barriga as that goes over the head of Madrid. It's ball 1 and a stolen base for Griffin. Ball 1 to Lujan at the plate. Griffin now on second. So Roswell with a man in scoring position, trying to get the turnstiles moving here in the first. The pitch swung on, and that'll be a chopper. Takes a funny hop. Madrid gets it in the hole. At short, fires it over to first in time to get Lujan 6-3 for out number 2. Good play by the freshman shortstop. So 2 down, still a runner at second. Now Alex Lamali to the plate. Their leading hitter. He is the cleanup hitter, and he is hit 500 on the year. Lamali will step in, goes right to the front of the box and right on the edge of it. And the first pitch to him, off speed, and that's going to get away from Wood. And that is going to allow Griffin to move over to third. And it is ball 1 at the plate. So it's a 1 ball, no strike count. Runner at third, but 2 down. The Coyotes trying to cash in here in the first. Lovington trying to get out of it with no damage done. A 1 pitch, and that one will float in and low for ball number 2. So it's a 2 ball, no strike count. Everybody pretty much playing straight up, and the pitch, and that one is on the outside corner. Good pitch to Lujan for strike number one. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Pretty good crowd on hand. Would expect it to grow as we get into the evening. That one is high in the air out to right field, but right at Barrera, who just puts up the glove and makes the grab for out number 3. So the fly out to right ends the Roswell threat in the first. After a half inning of play, Roswell 0, Lovington coming to bat. Lovington Wildcat baseball returns in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
In the Coyote half of the first, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1 stranded. We head to the bottom of the first for the Wildcats. Leading it off, it'll be Peyton Thurman. He's followed by Jude Madrid and then Auden Paredes. That is 1, 2, and 3. For Roswell High defensively, they've got Jace Griffin on the hill, the lefty senior, 2-2 on the year, 5.5 ERA. Orozco is his battery mate. Lujan, Lynn, Bolanos, and Navarez are your infield first to third. The outfield left to right is Serrano, Dominguez, and Lomali. So Thurman will step in, hitting .346 on the season. So the Wildcat DH going to try and get things moving against the lefty Griffin. I'm TJ Miracle, Tiffany Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So ready to go here in this bottom of the first. The wind and the first pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And that will be strike number 1. So the 0-ball, 1-strike count. Lovington's a team hitting over 300 on the year. They've gotten the bats okay. A 1 pitch and took something off of that one and got Thurman well out in front of it for strike number 2. Navarez in a little bit at third. Middle infielders playing back into the grass just a bit. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and 3 pitches, 3 swings, and strikeout number 1, and 1 down for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the first inning. So now it'll be the sophomore freshman Jude Madrid. Started as an 8th grader last year. 4.10 on the year. And with good speed, they'd like to try and find a way to get him on. As Griffin will kick and deal the first pitch fastball outside corner. Madrid watches it into the glove of Orozco for strike number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Outfield still pretty much straight up, straight away. 3/4 back, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up on the right side. Wind carries it into the gap. On the run is Lomali, and on the run and the gap in right center will come up with it. So Madrid gets under it just a little bit and flies out to right for out number 2. So a pretty much stress-free inning thus far for Griffin on the hill. 5 pitches through 2 hitters. It's going to be Auden Paredes, the third baseman, to the dish. Auden just a skosh under 400 on the year, hitting .395 through the first 15. And the first pitch from Griffin will be high for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Navarez is shaded back to a more normal third base position now instead of playing in. 1-0 pitch, that one will sail for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count with the wind gusting up to 25 miles an hour and out. Pretty much straight out. You get one with a little pop in it. It could carry this afternoon. 2-0 pitch, and that one will be a fastball that misses away. Orozco tried to frame it up. Didn't buy it, and it'll be ball 3. So the 3-ball, no strike count. Paredes just stays in there in the 3-0 pitch. That one is right down the slot. Take sign on all the way for Paredes. And that is strike one. I would bet the take sign is not on this time, as Griffin has what he wants as the lanky lefty deals, and that'll be on the inside corner for a called strike two. So it'll run the count full to Paredes. He thought that one was going to break in on him. It did not. And Griffin, who sets high, is ready, and the payoff pitch swung on. That's a ground shot as Bolanos hoovers it up at short, fires it across the diamond, but pulls his first baseman off the bag, and so it'll be an E6 as Paredes will reach on the error on the throw, and so Lovington will have their first base runner of the ballgame via an error, and now Juan Sepulveda, who has the highest batting average on the team, steps in. He's hitting .429 on the season. So runner at first is Paredes. As now the official's going to talk about it, as Coach Nusser thought that maybe tagged or went out of the baselines. I'm not sure what they're discussing, and they call safe. So yeah, both players have the right to the line, but that one was coming up the line, and Lujan had to come up the line and interfere. I think they might have called him safe even if the tag had been applied. Well, runner on no matter how you look at it. And so 2 down. Now Lovington going to try and get something cooking with 2 outs. And that one will cross inside for ball one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Paredes with about a step lead over at first. Got to be careful as Griffin shakes off his catcher, Orozco, a couple times. Now he's ready. Sets at the letters, and the 1-0 pitch curveball swung on. And that one will be fouled off. Sepulveda getting on top of that one, and it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Sepulveda can find his way on. Fidencio Lujan waits on deck. Griffin has what he wants. Checks the runner. Checks again. And now he'll come to the plate, and the fastball is on the outside corner, called strike two. Still a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Molly playing deep out in right field. Couple steps over towards left is Dominguez in center. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is drilled to deep left center field, going back, and it is out of here. Bye-bye baseball. A 2-run shot for Juan Sepulveda. Touch 'em all, Mr. Sepulveda. And the Wildcats turn an error into a 2-run shot and a 2-0 lead here early. The breaking ball hung just a little bit on Griffin, and Sepulveda comes around on it, grabs all of it, and shoots it out of here through the scoreboard and gives Lovington the early 2-0 lead. The runs will not be earned by Griffin due to the error, but you'll take the runs no matter how you can get them. So now it'll be Fidencio Lujan to the plate. 2 outs now, nobody on. The lefty left fielder. Fidencio's played all over the place since he came up to varsity, 3 years ago. First pitch to Fido's outside, ball one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Wildcats in the lead now after 1. An error and a blast, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. As Lujan will get the count evened up at 1-1. Griffin ran his fastball up there and said, if you can hit it, you can have it. Lujan could not that time. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one will be just off the outside corner for ball number 2. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Griffin back to the regular wind with the bases clear. Sits at the belt in the regular wind, and he'll shake off Orozco a couple times. Now he's ready. And the 2-1 pitch curveball, that one is in there. Nice pitch. Credit where credit is due to even the count at 2-2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. 2 down but 2 across for the Wildcats. Lujan, the number 5 hitter. 389 on the year, and just watches that one knee-high right down the pipe. Lujan not going to see a better one than that to hit all day, and it'll be strike 3. second K of the inning for Griffin. But the runs come across on a 2-run blast by Juan Sepulveda. And after an inning, it is Lovington 2, Roswell High nothing. Wildcat baseball back in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error committed by Roswell, and nobody left on base after an inning. It is Lovington 2, Roswell nothing. It is 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Coyotes. That'll be Lynn, Dominguez, and Navarez as we start this top of the second inning. Lynn 476 on the year, and the first pitch from Salas is in the dirt for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Lovington with the 2-0 lead. After Paredes reached on a throwing error by the shortstop, and then Juan Sepulveda took one that headed into the softball field. And the pitch, and that one, the curveball, buckled the knees, but holding up is Lynn. And the count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, Lynn, one of the outstanding football players for Roswell High. The 2-2 pitch, that one on the outside corner. Good pitch, strike 1. Took just a touch off of that one. Salas, the lefty, is not going to overpower you. And the 2-1 pitch curveball, that one's inside and breaks big, but it'll be ball number 3 as Wood has trouble handling it. Is what I think you would call an average fastball to Salas, but he's got a complete array of all the breaking balls and all the moving stuff. And the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that one is hammered but foul out to left field. Lynn got in front of that breaker and will run the count full. So 3-2 the count. Outfield deep, infield straight up, and the payoff pitch in the dirt. Through the curveball, but broke into the dirt. So that'll be the first walk of the game issued by Salas. And so now a runner at first, nobody out. And Davian Dominguez to the plate. Dominguez, speedy, hitting 270 on the year. So the runner at first, Lynn, with pretty good speed on over at first. All right, let me get the camera adjusted there, see if we can catch that. Here we go, as Dominguez will step in. Salas from the stretch, pickoff attempt, and Lynn slides through the legs of Sepulveda and back. That one sailed just a little bit on Salas. It's another thing you got to think about with the wind blowing like it is you throw it at the wrong time, the wind can catch it and make it do that. First pitch at the plate, showing bunt, and fouling it off is Dominguez, strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Be interesting to see if Coach Nusser wants Dominguez to try and lay down that bunt again. Again, with good speed. So not the worst idea in the world, but he shows no inclination to bunt that time and takes the pitch inside for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Open stance right at the front of the box for the righty center fielder. Salas checks the runner, comes to the plate, curveball outside for ball number 2. Didn't get enough break on that one. He starts at about 3 inches closer to the plate. He may get that one. 2-1 delivery, swung on and missed. Got him with a little noon to 6 breaker that time. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Most of his curves break noon to 6, 11 to 5, something like that. Lynn with about a step over at first. Sepulveda holds him on as Salas deals the 2-2, swung on, and that one is hammered fair down the line at third and all the way out to the wall in left. Lynn round second. He's coming to third, and Coach Nusser is going to wave him on. The throw in is not going to be in time, and it will be an RBI double to left for Davian Dominguez as he shot that one out there, as Lujan got to it as quick as he could, but that one hit with some authority.
Now to bat number 15.
And so now Roswell High in business with a runner at second and nobody out. And Rath Navarez hitting 281 on the year now with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Roswell High is on the board. And the first pitch will be away for ball number one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Dominguez stands at second after the RBI double. Navarez going to want to cash him in. And the pitch, that one on the outside corner. Good throw, strike one. Roswell High has put up 40 runs on this Wildcat team through 2 games of this 3-game set. Lovington only with 5 through those 2 games. And the 1-1 pitch from Salas swung on. That one is lifted high in the air into foul territory behind third base. And going over is Paredes, and he will make the grab on the pop out in foul ground for out number 1. On Paredes, showing good speed, good tracking ability with the wind going on. And so 1 down now, as that'll give it to Alejandro Serrano. Serrano, 138 on the year, the right fielder. 1 down, 1 on. First pitch to Serrano, swung on. That one is hit in the air to shallow center field. Could be trouble. It will. It'll drop to in. Rodriguez will get to it, but it will be a 1-out single to center for Serrano. Just bloops that one in there. Dominguez moves to third, and now Orozco, the catcher, will come to the plate. The catcher, Orozco, hitting 385 now. Runners at the corners with good speed over at first. And Serrano, I wouldn't be surprised to see a steal attempt here. Orozco wearing 00 on the gray-black jersey. As Salas deals, and the first pitch is off speed but low for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Orozco trying to turn it over to the top of the lineup. Lovington's infield goes to double play depth. Sepulveda holds the runner on over at first. And the 1-0 pitch curveball swung on, and that one is popped up right back to the mound. Salas comes out to the fall-away zone and makes the grab for out number 2. Orozco gets underneath that one and pops it out. So it will turn it back over to the top of the Coyote lineup. And that'll be Joaquin Bolanos. Bolanos struck out to lead off the game. Now Lovington trying to get out of this one with no more damage done. In the first pitch, right down the pipe, but low. Good job Wood blocking it out for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. There's some work over in the Lovington pen, but I don't think it's because of anything Salas is doing. There is a JV game after that one. JV guys starting to loosen up a little bit. Curveball, that one's going to hang up high for ball number 2. Got to be careful if you've got them hanging on you just a little bit, because you move it a little lower and it hangs. It probably leaves the yard here this afternoon. And the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot. Going to find its way through into left field. That will cash in 1. Lujan gets to it quickly and will relay it in, but it'll be an RBI single to left for Bolanos as that brings Dominguez in and ties the score at 2 apiece. Serrano moves to second, Bolanos at first. Now Griffin to the plate. Griffin, the lefty, going to look to help his own cause. Had an infield single and a stolen base back in the first, and he'll take the first pitch low for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. We are tied at 2, top of the second. Lovington and Roswell High here at Wildcat Park in Lovington. 1-0 pitch, and that one going to hit the plate and get away from Wood. And so the wild pitch will allow everybody to move along. So Bolanos to second, Serrano to third. And at the plate will be Griffin with a 2-0 count. Salas going to step off the rubber. Refocus, reset. And the 2-0 pitch, curveball swung on. That one's back up the middle, and that one is going to find its way through. That'll score one. That'll score two as Rodriguez rounds third and heading home. Rodriguez with a good throw in, but not going to be in time as Bolanos and Serrano will both get cashed in by Griffin. A 2 RBI single to center makes this a 4-2 ball game in favor of Roswell High. So Griffin at first after the 2 RBI single. Now Elias Lujan to the plate as Wood will take a minute. Go out and talk to Salas momentarily. As he does that, Lujan goes over, talks to Coach Nusser. So runner at first is Griffin. Bases other than that are clear. As the number 3 hitter steps in, grounded out to Madrid. Back in the first, and he'll take the first pitch off the outside corner for ball 1. So it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Not much of a lead for Griffin over at first, and the 1-0 pitch curveball, that one hangs up high. And it'll be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count to Lujan. Dangerous hitter, hitting .450 on the year. The pitch swung on. That one is high in the air to the deepest part of the park. Going back is Rodriguez, and he is just going to watch that one sail as Elias Lujan will put that one out to the deepest part of the park. So it sails towards Pinnell Auditorium to straightaway center, and it is a 2-run blast for Lujan. It'll cash in Griffin. Of course, Lujan cashes in himself, and a 6-run top of the second for Roswell High, and they are now up by 4. And now Alex Lamali will step in. Lamali flew out to right his last time up 0 for 1, but he is the leading hitter for this Coyote squad. So let's see how quick the youngster lefty shakes it off. That one will be in the dirt and back to the netting for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. We've got an umbrella flying through things here. Glenn will come over and retrieve the errant baseball from a moment ago. Salas on the bump, ready to go. Bases clear. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one, I don't know where it missed, but it missed. Ball 2. Pretty good from up here, but I'm not right there behind the plate. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count. And the pitch fastball swung on and drilled behind the plate for strike 1. And with some pretty wicked spin on it. Molly trying to get into the hit parade. Sometimes younger hitters, when they see a homer, they want to get 1-2, and the pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the changeup well out in front. To even things up at 2-2 as Lamali grabs the top of the bat and pops his helmet like, oh, missed that one. Bright pink gloves and the pink bat, pink and black bat. 2-2 pitch from Salas, swung on and getting a piece of that one. Lamali will foul that one back to the retaining wall. Pretty good battle going on here between Salas and the cleanup hitter for Roswell High, Lamali. 2-2 pitch from Salas, breaking ball. That one will stay out of the zone and will run the count full. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. No matter what happens, Roswell has batted around this inning. The payoff pitch, and that one is in there, called strike 3. Bring him up and sit him down. Second K of the ball game for Salas, and it ends the Roswell second, but not before they put 6 runs across. So after an inning and a half, it's Roswell 6, Lovington 2. Wildcat baseball back in just a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
For the Coyotes in the top half of the second inning, they get 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors by Lovington, and nobody left on base. So the Cats going to have to start playing catch-up as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. That's Barrera, Barriga, and Salas due up for your Wildcats. The lefty Griffin back on the hill, and he'll deal the first one. Swung on. That's a chop shot. Bolanos gets it deep in the hole. It's short. Will fire across the diamond and pulls his first baseman, Lujan, off again, but he manages to sweep the tag down onto the helmet of Barrera, and so Barrera bailing him out 6-3 for out number 1. And now Tristan Barriga to the plate. Wildcats second baseman hitting .278 on the year. Coach Cruz telling him be aggressive. Here you snap the bat around. And Griffin, the lanky lefty, ready to go as soon as Barriga steps in and swings at a curveball and gets a piece of it for strike number 1. I think he was thinking fastball all the way. Griffin, kind of like Salas, is not going to overpower you with his fastball, but he's got pretty much the complete array of all the breaking stuff, which makes the fastball play a little bigger than it is because you don't see it just a whole lot. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and there is that fastball. As Barriga can't catch up to it for strike 2. You get so locked in on the off-speed and the breaking stuff, you forget that fastball's there, and so it plays up. 0-2 pitch fastball, and that one is going to miss inside. Or ball 1, so the 1-2 strike count. Everybody pretty much playing straight up. Lynn and Bolanos up the middle, still playing back on the grass on the natural surface here at Wildcat Park. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, lifted high in the air to deep left field, but I think it is going to hang up and let Serrano get to it. It will, just in front of the track. So Barriga gets under it just a little bit and flies out to deep left. 2 up, 2 down for the Cats. Now Angel Salas to the plate. Salas, the lefty pitcher, going to try and help his own cause, get something moving with 2 outs. Salas 208 on the year. With the bright yellow bat, lefty on lefty duel, as well as a pitcher on pitcher duel, and that one let her high right down the pipe. Salas probably not going to see a better pitch than that this afternoon. Strike 1. Oh, no ball, 1 strike count. Griffin, a deliberate but fairly quick worker. The 0-1 pitch curveball. Salas out in front of that one, gets a piece of it. Or no balls, 2 strikes. We talked about it with Salas, and the same applies to Griffin. He throws that curve, and he throws it pretty effectively, and he likes, something, since he's a lefty, it's more like 1-7, and the 0-2 pitch fastball away. It'll hang up there sometimes, and you can pound them when that happens. They just kind of motor in and scream, "Hit me." And the 1-2 pitch and swung on and missed. Got him with the off-speed pitch for strike number 3. And the Cats go quietly 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. We head to the third. Roswell High 6, Lovington 2. Wildcat baseball continues here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety. Caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
The Cats go 1-2-3, a quiet bottom half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So we will head now to the bottom, or rather the top of the third inning, with the Wildcats trailing by a score of 6-2. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks so much for being with us. As apparently my, I've got something stuck in Weirdnessville here. So leading it off for Roswell High, it'll be Lynn, Dominguez, and Navarez. It is deja vu all over again, because that is exactly how we started the second inning, where Roswell High cashed in 6. So Lynn started things off with a walk. A couple of walks issued in the second, and Roswell High cashed them both in. So now it'll be Lynn to the plate, 0 for 0, but with a run scored. Salas still on the hill as timeout asked for by the ump. They were ready, then they weren't. And so now they'll turn it over to the Lovington lefty, and his first pitch will hit the plate, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Top of the third inning, a 4-run deficit for the Wildcats. Zala's going to have to bear down, try and get some clean innings here. 1-0 pitch, got him to hesitate, but did not offer. And it'll be ball number 2. Then the number 5 hitter hitting .476. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one will be in the dirt for ball 3. Kid's got a good eye, and he plays pretty much every sport for Roswell High. One of the standouts, good athlete. Good bunch of athletes for Roswell the last couple of years. And the 3-0 pitch, that one's inside for ball 4, as Lynn works the 4-pitch leadoff walk. That is just the second walk issued. I said walk 2. No, only walked the 1 in the first inning. So second walk issued by Salas. As that will bring Navian Dominguez to the plate. Dominguez, an RBI double his last time up. Shot it right down the line in left field. And he'll take the first pitch, curveball right down the pipe. Good pitch there from Salas, called strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Lynn, good speed over at first. I am running solo today, so any camera oopsies are entirely on me. Dominguez, the open stance towards the front of the box. Salas checks on the runner at first, who Sepulveda's holding on. Curveball swung on. That one will be fouled softly for strike 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Lujan playing fairly shallow, only about halfway back out in left. With the wind blowing out, it's easier to come in on him than it is to go back. Sepulveda holds on Lynn at first, and the 0-2 pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Is it going to stay in the yard? It does, but the wind, I think, caught it right before Wood could get to it. So it will fall harmlessly to the turf, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Thanks for tuning in. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. You're looking for the Lady Cat softball game. It's on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. And also on Lee County News and Sports YouTube. So an 0-2 count at the plate to Dominguez, and the pitch. And that one is going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Wood, and another, I'm going to have to call that one a pass ball. That one went through the 5-hole. Wood had an opportunity on that one. So it'll be ball number 1 at the plate. And now runner in scoring position. Nobody out for Roswell High, already leading by 4. You do not want the wheels to come off. Lovington has had was looking back at the 15 this season. 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is hammered but foul. That one may get to the tennis courts before it lands, but the count stays 1-2. The big inning in their losses has been the onus of the Wildcats. And the runner goes, and the quick throw over, and got him as Lynn thought he got Salas sleeping, and Salas just turns around and calmly fires over to Paredes to get Lynn 1-5 on the pickoff. for out number 1. Well, Lynn thought he had him asleep, and, well, didn't quite work that way. Heads up play for Salas. Lynn with good speed, but not quite good enough that time. So bases cleared, 1 out for Dominguez. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch fastball will run in for ball number 2. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Everybody back to their normal positioning here. 2-2 pitch outside, ball 3. So the 3-2 count to Dominguez at the plate. Wildcats trying to get out of this one. Got some defensive help. Now let's see if they can keep it going. Payoff pitch swung on, and that one is fouled off. So we'll reset and do it again. Through 2 1/3, Salas has had to throw an awful lot of pitches thus far. Don't know how long a leash Coach Cruz is going to let him have. Payoff pitch swung on. That one is grounded through, going to find its way through between the 5 and 6 hole, and so it'll be a 1-out single for Dominguez out to left. Coach Nusser's got to be thinking, oh, why did I try that with Lynn? Right ahead runners at first and second, nobody out. And now Arth Nevadas to the plate. He popped out into foul ground to Paredes last inning, so he is 0 for 1. Well, the righty third baseman will take the first pitch, swung on, and that one hit high in the air out to center field. Drifting over is Rodriguez, and he will make the grab as going all the way back and almost a play at first, as Dominguez thought that one was going to fall in and was standing at second, had to run all the way back. So Navarez flies out to center for out number 2. So 2 down and almost a couple of base running oopsies for Roswell High this inning as Alejandro Serrano steps in. Single to center his last time up, a little blooper. He is 1 for 1. And he'll take the first pitch as the runner goes as Wood up firing, but not going to be in time to get the speedy Dominguez, who will steal second. And it's ball number 1 at the plate to Serrano. Serrano back in the neutral stance in the right side box. About halfway through it. The 1-0 pitch, curveball. That one breaks in, but just missing for ball 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Runner at second is Dominguez. And that one's going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Wood, and that is going to allow the speedy Dominguez to head to third with no problem. And it's ball 3 at the plate to Serrano. 2 outs, but Roswell High applying the pressure here. Serrano, a 3-0 count. Be interested to see if he gets the green light. He does not have it. Take sign was on, and Salas finds the strike zone. So now 3-1. Salas from the regular wind now with the runner at third. 3-1 delivery, swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. Well, that will run the count full. He probably needed his 3-iron for that one. Good pitch from Salas. So runs the count full, trying to get out of the jam here. And the payoff pitch, curveball swung on, and getting just a piece of it to stay alive is Serrano. And it almost looked, and Coach Nasser did have Dominguez going on the play. So a 3 ball, 2 strike count. Serrano choking up on the bat. Got a piece of that last curveball to stay alive. As he battles with Serrano, 2 outs, top 3. 3-2 pitch swung on, and that one will be hammered foul down the third base line. So the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2. 2 down. Lovington trailing by 4. Roswell has not managed to put one on this inning. A base running oopsie cost him an out. But he'll take it. Payoff pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. Jam averted And the inning over. So Roswell High gets a couple on, but can't move them around. We head to the bottom of the third. Roswell 6, Lovington nothing, or rather Lovington 2. They're trailing by 4. I'm going to learn how to read my own handwriting. Roswell 6, Lovington 2. Wildcat Baseball returns in just a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left stranded for Roswell in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third, and it'll be 9-1 and 2 due up for the Wildcats. That'll be Wood, then turn it over to Thurman and Madrid. So back here at Wildcat Park, Lovington Baseball, our first Lovington Baseball game of the year. Great to be back here. We'll be with the baseball team the rest of the season. That we hope includes the playoffs, too. So Griffith's still on the hill. He has not had to work real hard against this Lovington squad, as he'll face Wood, the catcher, in the first pitch fastball. I think he got him to chase one outside for strike one. I think Wood was thinking that breaking ball, instead got the fastball. And it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be hammered through between third and short. Goes between the 5 and the 6. Serrano knocks it down, but Wood drills it out into left for the leadoff single. He is hitting .412 on the season, and he got around on that one extremely well. So now Peyton Thurman to the plate, 0 for 1, struck out to lead off the game. We'll have a courtesy runner come into the ball game. That's going to be Paul Sanchez. It is. So Sanchez on to courtesy run for Wood. Of course, pitchers and catchers get courtesy runners in baseball. So the open stance for the Wildcat DH. And the first pitch is going to be at the letters, strike one, as Thurman I thought that was a little high, Blue. But the ump's opinion is the one that matters. So runner at first is Sanchez. Lovington trying to claw out of a 4-run hole here in the third. Griffin checks the runner. Not much of a lead for Sanchez. Then to the plate, and that one's going to be inside. Fastball with some late movement on it. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Middle infield at double play depth. Dominguez still shading slightly towards left out in center. And the pitch, that one breaks but misses the zone. Ball 2, and I think that may have actually been given that first pitch back, because that would look better than the one he called the strike. The 2-ball, 1-strike count. Of course, I'm not right there on top of it, so. 2-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Could be trouble. Third baseman handles it, flips it over to second. In time for one. Across to first, but not in time to get the speedy leadoff hitter. So Wood, in the form of Sanchez, will be out 5-4 for out number 1. And Thurman will reach on the fielder's choice. So 1 down now as Jude Madrid will step in. Madrid flew out to right back in the first. So runner still at first, now 1 down. Griffin from the stretch. Looks at the runner, comes to the plate, curveball in there, strike 1. So the no ball, 1-strike count to Madrid. McCat shortstop. Slightly open, not real dramatic. And that fastball will run upstairs for ball 1. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Runner at first is Thurman. A little bit of a lead off there against the lefty Griffin. 1-1 pitch. That one will bounce in the dirt. Wild pitch, and that will allow Thurman to go to second on the wild pitch. And it's ball 2 at the plate to Madrid. So the Wildcats with a man in scoring position, 1 down. Trailing this one 6-2. Bottom of the 3rd inning. So Griffin now finds himself in a bit of a pickle. And that one will be a hard shot on the ground. Bolanos handles it, and then he'll muff it. And that will put runners at first and second for the Wildcats. Second error on the Coyotes shortstop this afternoon. He almost had a third one, and now Lovington in business with runners at first and second. And Auden Paredes to the plate. So Paredes reached via an error and scored in the first, and now Lovington trying to get something cooking here with 1 down in the 3rd. Griffin will deal the curveball inside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Madrid at first, Thurman at second. Griffin going to take his time. He's shaken off Orozco a couple times. Now he'll break contact. He and Orozco have not been on the same page entirely this game. So the no ball, 1 strike count. 2 on, 1 out. Cats trailing but threatening. Serrano checks the runners. Now comes to the plate. Curveball. And had Paredes fooled well out in front of strike number 2. Though with a no ball, 2 strike count. Thurman takes pretty good lead off a second. Madrid not much of one off first, although Lujan's not really holding him on. Griffin checks the runners, comes to the plate. 0-2 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller to third. That could be 2 as Bolanos taps, fires across the diamond in time for a 5-3 double play to end the Wildcat threat here in the 3rd inning. So we head to the 4th. It's Roswell 6, Lovington 2. Wildcat Baseball returns in just a moment here on Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
The Cats threaten but come up empty in the 3rd. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave a runner stranded. A 5-3 double play ended the inning. So we head to the top of the 4th inning. It'll be 9-1-2. Orozco, Bolanos, and Griffin due up for Roswell High. So Orozco popped it out back to Salas in the 2nd, so he is 0-for-1. Salas still on the hill, quickly to work, and his first delivery will miss inside for ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count underway. Roswell in the lead, but Lovington hanging around. They've been playing with fire, though, most of the game. That one going to miss for ball 2. Of course, losing by 20 and 15, respectively, to this Coyotes team, just down by 4. It's not too bad, as that one's going to be a curveball that spikes for ball 3. It's away from Wood, but nobody on, so no harm, no foul. So a 3 ball, no strike count. Outfield again playing shallow. Riga at second, playing deep in the hole. Madrid pretty much the normal position at short. 3-0 pitch at the letters. top of the zone. Got to think the take sign probably on there. Roscoe kind of looks at the ump. Well, he's called that one both ways. So the 3-1 pitch, ding-dong, that's going to hit him. It would have been a walk anyway. So hit by the pitch, and that will put the leadoff man on for Roswell High, as that'll turn it back over to Joaquin Bolanos. As here comes Coach Christian Cruz, and that may be it for young Mr. Salas. All 6 of the runs that he's given up are earned, and he is responsible for Roscoe over at first. So let's see if that's going to do it, or if this is just a little pep talk to try and get him out of trouble. And yep, that will do it for Angel Salas, as his afternoon is done. New pitcher checking into the ball game will be, well, we'll have to see who it's going to be. We know we're going to have a new pitcher in the ball game. We're going to have some movement around, as coming into pitch, looks like is going to be number 23. So Juan Sepulveda on to pitch. So with the pitching change, we'll take the timeout and return. Wildcat Baseball back in a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Baseball, as Angel Salas' afternoon is done. He will leave with 3+ in the books. He is responsible for Orozco standing over at first. His replacement will be Sepulveda, the senior righty, comes in with a 2-2 record, but a 6.05 ERA. So over 6, that's definitely something to be concerned about, but now just trying to put out the fire, if he can, to keep this one as a 4-run ball game. And Aaron, I'm right in the middle of a game. I'm not sure there's anything I can do right now, bud. So I will deal with that as I can. So not sure what's going on there, but I will look at it as time allows. So that'll turn it over to the top of the lineup with Joaquin Bolanos. So Bolanos will step in. He is 1 for 2, struck out in the first, had an RBI single in the second. So now Roswell High, Lovington plays with fire, and Sepulveda coming in to try and put that fire out. So the senior righty comes in, first pitch fastball swung on and missed. That will be strike number 1. So an 0-ball, 1 strike count. All right, first is Orozco. That may be a courtesy runner for him, but I have trouble picking up those black numbers. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Runner at first leads off. Salas over there holding him on. And now we're going to have a balk called on Sepulveda. So Orozco moving over on the balk. Now runner in scoring position, nobody out. This is when you just need to settle things down if you're Lovington. So runner in scoring position. And the wind and the pitch. Curveball, that was a good one from Sepulveda, but it misses. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Sepulveda checks the runner and deals the 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed. That'll be strike number 2. So a 1-ball, 2 strike count. top of the Roswell lineup at the plate. Sepulveda on to try and put out the fire. Lovington trailing 6-2. But a runner in scoring position. Orozco was hit by the pitch and then moved over to second on the balk. The 1-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Ring him up and sit him down. Third K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching. Fourth K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching. And there is one down here in this top of the fourth inning. So now Jace Griffin to the plate. Griffin 2 for 2. Couple of singles. His last one, though, was a 2 RBI single, and he also scored in that 6-run second. So the Coyotes pitcher with a chance to help his own cause here. Sepulveda kicks and deals, and that one will be away for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Everybody pretty much their normal positioning. Wind still blowing out, gusts up to 25 miles an hour. We've seen a couple get out of here this afternoon. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one is through the heart of the plate. Good cutter, and evens the count at a ball and a strike. Ball with a fastball, cutter, curveball, changeup. And he'll deal the 1-1. Fastball swung on. That one's hit weakly. Madrid off the bout, gets it in the hole. It's short, fires across the diamond. Stretching out to get it is Salas. Manages to maintain connection with the bag long enough to get it. So Griffin will be out 6-3 for out number 2. It will move Orozco over to third. And now it'll be Elias Lujan to the plate. So Lujan, 1 for 2. His last one was a 2-run dinger to center, left center. And Sepulveda will set. And he'll deal, and the curveball is in there, strike 1. So an 0-ball, 1 strike count. Coach Cruz putting in Sepulveda to put out the fire, and he's trying to do just that. 2 down, but a runner at third. Just the responsibility of Salas. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is a fastball at the top of the zone, outside corner. And Lujan now trails in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. So an 0-ball, 2 strike count. 6-2 in favor of Roswell High, trying to add to it. Lovington trying to keep it right where it is at the halfway mark of this ball game. 0-2 pitch fastball swung on, and that one is high in the air out to right field. Going to tail out and hit the wall. Just a long, ringing foul ball. And it stays at strike 2. And guys, I know I am in the middle of a ball game. There is nothing I can do about it right this minute. So an 0-2 count to Lujan at the plate, and the pitch swung on, and that's a jam shot. Coming to it is Madrid. He gets it, fires across the diamond in time. 6-3 for out number 3. Roswell gets a man on and puts him over at third, but can't cash him in. So we head to the bottom of the fourth inning at the halfway mark of this ball game. It is Roswell 6, Lovington 2. Wildcat Baseball returns in just a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
All right, back to Lovington Wildcat Baseball. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on for Roswell. So at the halfway mark of this one, Roswell 6, Lovington 2. Back to it. It'll be 4-5 and 6-2 up for the Wildcats, and Sepulveda will step in. He'll take the first pitch outside for ball number 1. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. Griffin quickly back to work. Sepulveda trying to help his own cause now that he's taken over as the pitcher. Fouls that one off and right into the catcher, Orozco, who I think got him in a place that's not so much fun. And he seems to be all right, and the count evens up at 1-1 as the ump will go out and clean the plate. Give him just a minute to collect himself. So the Cats trailing by 4, trying to mount the comeback here. And Griffin deals the 1-1 swung on, and that one is hit right at the third baseman. Nevares comes up with it and fires it to Lujan at first. 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down here in the Wildcat half of the 4th inning. As now to be Fidencio Lujan to the plate. Lujan 0 for 1. He struck out to end the first. So the lefty left fielder settles into the box. Lefty on lefty matchup against Griffin. So Roscoe flashes the sign. Griffin ready. He'll deal, and that one will be away for ball 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Everybody pretty much straight up in the field. The 1-0 pitch swung on. That'll be chopped foul on the right side of things. Evens things up at 1-1. Lujan getting around on that one just a little bit early. So a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Griffin will twirl it up there, and it is a curveball that cuts across the inside corner for a called strike 2. 1-2 the count. The Cats will have a week off after tonight before they head to Eunice next Thursday. 1-2 pitch, another curveball. That one doesn't break, hangs up inside. And things even up at 2-2. After that one, then district gets underway for the Wildcats. Of course, Portales, Artesia, and Goddard. The baseball district. 2-2 pitch, throws that fastball. And Fidencio gets a piece of it and shoots it over into the Wildcat bullpen, out of play. So the 2-ball, 2 strike count. Griffin shaking off Orozco a couple times. Now he's ready. He'll set a little hesitation move. Then the curveball swung on, and Lujan gets a piece of it to stay alive. His count remains 2-2. Dallas Barrera waits on deck as the Wildcats trying to claw out of a 4-0 or a 4-run, a 6-2 hole. The Wildcats got on the board first. An error and a blast. Then Roswell tacked on 6 in the second, and it has been even since. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air to shallow center field as Dominguez on the run into the alley. Shallow makes the grab for out number 2. So the fly out to center, and there are 2 down for the Wildcats here in their half of the 4th inning. And now Dallas Barrera to the plate. Barrera grounded out to Bolanos at short his last time up. So he is 0 for 1, and he will step to the plate. So Barrera at the plate, and the wind, and the first pitch swung on and missed as he gets him well over the top of that one for strike number 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Griffin now quickly back to work. The 0-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a line shot over the head of a leaping Bolanos and out into left. Serrano will get to it, but Barrera shoots one into left for the 2-out single. And so the Wildcats going to try and pull a 2-out rally out of their hats. And now Tristan Barriga to the plate, 0 for 1. He flew out to left his last time up. And the little bat boy comes out and handles the bat. Gets it back to the dugout. So Barrera stands at first after the 2-out single. Bariga, the second baseman, open stance. Griffin from the stretch throws that one inside, and it'll be ball number one. Bariga has to get out of the way of it. I think Coach Cruz is like, yeah, kind of lean into that one maybe. Wear it a little bit. You are supposed to attempt to get out of the way. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball down the pipe, evens things up to the ball on a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Live here at Wildcat Park. Lovington trying to get to 500 on the season. Barrera leads off first, then a pickoff attempt, and he is burned, and it was not a good throw, but yikes. Griffin got him leaning the wrong way, and the pickoff will go 1-3 for out number 3. So it's not the most conventional 1-2-3 inning you will ever see, but it is a 1-2-3 inning at the end of it. So we have played 4, and it is Roswell 6, Lovington 2. Wildcat baseball back for the 5th in just a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
For the Wildcats in the bottom of the 4th inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base as Barrera gets picked off first for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the top of the 5th. It is the middle third of the Roswell lineup due up 4, 5, and 6. Welcome back here to Wildcat Park. I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, just a reminder, a Lovington doubleheader today is the Lovington Lady Cats playing the Hobbs Lady Eagles over on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. Lamali steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2, so his average under 500 now. And he was the leading hitter for Roswell High coming in. It'll be first time facing Sepulveda, who extinguished a threat in the 4th. Sepulveda, the big righty, will deal the first pitch, and that one's a hard one on the ground. Bariga will get it as it slows up through the grass, bobbles it, and so it'll wind up being an E4 on the bobble. And it'll let Lamali move over and get to the bag. If that one's fielded cleanly, he is on safe. He is not on safely. One took kind of a funny little squib through the grass, and so it'll be the first error of the ball game for the Wildcats. As Luke Lynn to the plate, he is 0 for 0 with a run scored. He's walked both times, and he got picked off trying to steal third. So runner at first, and the first pitch will be the cutter, and it is a called strike 1. So the no ball, 1-strike count. Nobody out, 1 runner on. That would be Lamali over at first. Salas holds him on over there, infield double play depth. Sepulveda deals. That one is in there, another cutter. And it'll be strike number 2, so the no ball, 2-strike count. Lynn steps out momentarily, looks down to first, has his signs. Now he's back in. I think the big senior's going to be swinging away, and he will, and that'll be a hard shot out into left field. He sat back and took the fastball and shoots it out between third and short. So he'll stand at first as it moves Lamali over to second. So now Roswell High in business. So now it'll be Davian Dominguez to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Couple RBIs, or an RBI on a run scored. doubled back in the second and singled in the first or in the third and stole the base. And the first pitch shows bunt, and that one is going to go over the head, low bridge. And so the wild pitch is going to allow Lamali to move to third and Lynn to second, and it'll be ball one at the plate to Dominguez. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Can't believe that Coach Nusser would take the bat out of the hand of who's been his hottest hitter through the first 4+. 1-0 pitch, and that one will be in the dirt, gets away from Wood, winds up right underneath him, gets to it before anybody can move along, and it'll be ball number 2. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Dominguez at the plate. Roswell threatens here in the top of the 5th. 2-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot. It's a liner right at Paredes, who makes the snag. That one had 2 runs written all over it. Instead, it winds up being out number 1. Flashing the leather there for Paredes over at third. So 1 down now as Lamali stays at third, Lynn at second. Lynn was halfway to third, could have gotten doubled off there. Now to be Nevadas to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the game. First pitch to Nevadas is going to be high for ball number 1. So it's a 1-ball, no strike count. 2 on, 1 out. Roswell High up by 4, but trying to break it open here in the 5th. Sepulveda ready, and he will deal, and that one will be high for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Everybody pretty much playing their normal positions. A little surprised they're not in. 2-0 pitch, and that one's going to bounce off the plate and get away from Wood. And the wild pitch is going to allow the run to score as Lamali will come in. Second wild pitch of the inning makes this a 7-2 ball game, and it is ball 3 at the plate to Nevadas. Lynn moves down to third. Thing about Roswell High and Coach Nusser, they will be very aggressive on the base paths. So now a 3-0 count to Nevadas. And that one will be a fastball in the outside corner. Take sign was on. And so it'll be a 3-1 count. Nusser also plays pretty conventional. We have not seen him give a 3-0 green light yet in this one. Sepulveda ready. And the kick and the deal swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side of the infield. Madrid goes back into the grass, and he will make the grab for out number 2. Comes up ready to fire in case Lynn's going to tag up. He does not want to test the arm of Madrid. So 2 down now. As Serrano will step to the plate. Singleton scored in the second, struck out in the third. So he is 1 for 2. So now Serrano steps in, 2 out, but a run across, runner at third. And the pitch swung on and foul tipped for strike number 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. As Coach Nusser going to come over and have a word with Serrano. Of course, next up for these Wildcats, a week from this evening over in Eunice, taking on the Eunice Cardinals. Little cross-county rivalry here. Serrano out, now he's back in. Oh, 0-ball, 1 strike count. And the 0-1 pitch, curveball in there, called strike 2. Good pitch. So a 0-ball, 2 strike count. Serrano at the plate. Lynn stands at third. 1 run across for the Coyotes in this inning. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. 5th K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching. Second for Sepulveda. Roswell manages to Frankenstein a run onto the board, though. We've played 4.5. Roswell 7. Lovington 2, as Wildcat baseball will be back in just a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And welcome back. Sorry, dealing with some issues, some technical issues back at One Radio Square this evening. So another run plates for Roswell High as they take the 8-2 lead. As Orozco got the leadoff single, then Bolanos hit by a pitch. Then Griffin with a single to second, but an E4 will score Orozco. And so now runners at second and third as Elias Lujan will step to the plate. So Lujan 1 for 3, but that one was a dinger, and he will take the first pitch, and that one is high in the air to deep left field. It is back, and foul right at the wall. So Lujan gives it a ride, but winds up just being a loud strike one. So a no ball, one strike count. Runners at second and third. Bolanos at third. Griffin at second. So an 8-2 ball game. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Roswell High threatening here. Nobody out. As the second error of the ball game plaguing the Wildcats here, and that one's going to be chopped foul out into left field. So strike 2 to Lujan. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Outfield playing fairly deep. The fans encouraging Paredes to be ready because, yeah, Lujan likes going that way. No, Sepulveda sets with runners at second and third, and deals swung on, and that one will be fouled down the third base line. He is getting around on it pretty early. Sepulveda has been throwing the cutter. Let's see. This might be the time to think about coming outside on him, maybe with the off-speed pitch of the curveball. Because he seems to have that cutter down. Well, again, welcome back. Wildcat Baseball, Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. And so stepping out. And now back in, ready is Lujan. And the 0-2 pitch fastball swung on, and that one's into the parking lot. Please don't hit the gray Nissan. And the count stays 0-2. And, yep, I think maybe somebody lost a windshield. I just hope it's not me. So a no ball, 2 strike count. As Sepulveda deals and swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot. And the count stays 0-2 as Lujan has not missed anything that Sepulveda has run up there yet. But you don't really want to pitch around him because you've got the cleanup hitter Alex Lamali waiting on deck. And nobody out, and so this is the danger zone here for the Wildcats. 2 on, nobody out in the heart of the order at the plate. So Lujan settles back in. He has a closed stance. Don't see that as often. And the pitch swung on, and that one is heading into the pasture land behind us. And again, Lujan has not seen anything that he has disliked. Count stays at 0-2. And so Sepulveda will spin that one up there. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. Finally gets him to miss one. And he rings him up. 6K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching. And there is 1 down now here in this top of the 6th inning. Now Alex Lamali to the plate. Lamali 0 for 3. Which has got his average going to dip under 500 after today, but he could cash some in right here. He'd like to. Is that fastball going to sail? Strike 1. No ball, 1 strike count. Oh, 1 pitch, and that one's going to be in the dirt, and that one is going to get away from Wood, and that is going to score a run on the wild pitch as Bolanos will cross the plate. Griffin moves to third, and it is now 9-2 in favor of Roswell High. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count at the plate to the cleanup hitter, Lamali. Oh, Griffin over at third. Just 1 down, 2 runs across for Roswell High in this 6th. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Got him to chase one out of the zone. And that'll be strike 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outfield deep. Madrid plays in a little bit at short. Mariga plays back a little bit at second. Paredes even at the bag over at third. So Sepulveda on in relief has pitched pretty well. And trying to get out of a jam. And the 0-2, or the 1-2, I should say, and that one will be away. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Beautiful afternoon turning into evening for baseball here in North Central Lee County. 2-2 pitch, and that one is up and in. I thought that was ball 3. I guess they're going to say it was ball 4. I guess I missed a pitch somewhere. So that will put runners at the corners for Roswell High, and now Luke Lynn to the plate.
Now to bat, number 17.
Lynn is 1 for 1, but he's reached base all 3 times he's come up. Couple of walks and then a single to left. And so Lynn with just 1 out, and now Coyotes at the corners. Looks to keep things moving. And the pitch is going to be away for ball number 1. Still a 1 ball, no strike count. Only at first, Griffin at third. And a 1-0 count at the plate to Lynn. 1-0 pitch, runner goes, and Wood going to fake the throw down. No throw, we're just trying to get Griffin jumping. It will be the stolen base, and it is ball 2 at the plate. So a 2-0 count, 1 down. And Lynn presents the potential 10th run on the go-ahead at the plate, and that one's going to be another wild pitch, and that will plate Griffin, and that will make this a 10-2 ball game. Loma Lee moves to third, and that'll be ball 3 at the plate to Lynn. So a couple of wild pitches and an error have plated 3 this inning for Roswell High. Davian Dominguez waits on deck. As Sepulveda takes his time, has what he wants from Wood. He's ready. 3-0 pitch, and that one is on the outside corner, called strike 1. So the 3 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. But 3 runs across for Roswell High here in this top 6. Curveball breaks, but not enough. It'll be ball 4. As Lynn will work the walk. First walk issued by Sepulveda. And that'll bring Davian Dominguez to the plate. Dominguez 2 for 3. RBI double in the second. Single in the third, and then he lined out to Paredes in the 5th. Now he will step in with the potential 10th run on the base paths. Of course, then you get into 10-run mercy rule neighborhood here. Now Sepulveda deals, fastball swung on, and that's a hard shot, going to find its way past Paredes and all the way out into left field, and then gets past Lujan to the wall. That'll plate 1, that will plate 2, and it will be a 2 RBI double for Davian Dominguez to left, because neither Lujan or Paredes touched it. It is a double. It cashes in 2 as O'Malley comes in, Lynn comes in, and now it is 12-2 in favor of Roswell High, as Coach Cruz going to come out and have a word with Sepulveda. That may do it for him. Runner on, only 1 out. So Cruz talking to Sepulveda. Not sure who he would bring in relief and where everybody would move. So they're having a conversation at the mound. As Coach Cruz discussing things. And so, are we going to have a pitching change? Yes, we will. So, pitching change time here at Wildcat Park. We'll take a timeout, come back, and reset it for you as Wildcat Baseball back in just a minute.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Back here at Wildcat Park as the Lovington Wildcats trying to stave off going down any further than 10 as Sepulveda's afternoon is done, but he is responsible for Dominguez standing over at second, so we can't close the book on him yet as Paredes will step in. The junior third baseman and pitcher comes in with a 1-3 record on the season in 6 appearances and slightly over an 8 ERA. But he's going to try and shut down the 7 and 8 hitters for Roswell High and then go to the bottom of the 6th where Lovington will have to find a way to scratch at least one run across if we want to see a 7th inning here this evening. Well, they're giving Paredes plenty of time to warm up. I think maybe they're finally going to say, yeah, let's go play. So Sepulveda going to go to third. It'll just be a switch between Sepulveda and Paredes. And here we go as Nevada steps in. He is 0 for 3. He's popped out all 3 times. Well, 2 pop outs and fly out. So runner at second is Dominguez, just 1 down, as Nevada will be the first hitter that Paredes will face. Paredes, the lanky junior righty, sets below the belt. In the high kick, and he comes to the plate, swung on, popped up, and out of play on the left side. And over by the concession stand for strike number 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Serrano waits on deck. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one took something off of it, comes inside, but gets away from Wood. And so the pass ball will let Dominguez go down to third. Count evens up at a ball and a strike to Nevada's. So a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Now a runner at third. An insurance run, if you will, on the win for Roswell High. Is that one going to be low for ball 2? So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. And the good breaking ball is in there, called strike 2. 2-ball, 2 strike count, but just 1 down. Roswell High will bat around this inning for the second time this ball game. Actually been the difference is a couple of big innings for Roswell High. And Lovington, not a lot of consistency at the bat. 2-2 pitch, and that one is in there. Ring him up, sit him down. As Nevada goes down looking 7th K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching. And there is 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And now Alejandro Zamora to the plate. He is 1 for 3. Singled to center in the second, then he struck out a couple of times. And the first pitch, that one is down and in and away and gets out of Wood's glove, but he gets it quickly. And we'll keep Dominguez over at third. Again, Dominguez, I think they're looking at him maybe kind of an insurance run here. Try and end this one in 6. And the curveball, it breaks, but not enough to get into the zone. Ball 2. Then the 2-0 count. 5 runs across this inning for Roswell High. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be fouled. Over to the Lovington dugout for strike 1. Couple of errors, giving up a couple of runs for Lovington on the afternoon. And close the book now officially on Sepulveda. He goes 2+, and the curveball low bridge ducking out of the way. Ball 3 to Serrano. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Serrano at the plate. Paredes trying to put out the fire and keep this just a 10-run ball game. Give Lovington a chance to extend it in the bottom of the 6th. As Paredes, the high kick, 3-1, swung on, and that one is fisted out into shallow left field. Madrid gives chase but can't get to it. Lujan gets there, but not before it falls in. And so it'll be an RBI single to left for Serrano, as that will bring in Dominguez in a 13-2 ball game now. As Isaac Orozco, who started the inning off, the Coyote catcher, with a single to center, and later scored on an error. So now 6 runs across this inning, 2 6-run innings and a 1-run inning for Roswell High. It's the 2-run first for Lovington. Serrano, decent speed over at first. Salas holds him on, and the pitch to Orozco. See, he is well out in front of that one. Strike number 1. Next pitch in there called strike 2. Good pitch there from Paredes. But 10 to the plate this inning so far for Roswell High, as they have blown this one open. And it's a no-ball, 2-strike count. We click towards the 2-hour mark in this one. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down, but not before 6 more runs come across for Roswell High. Do or die time for the Wildcats as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Roswell 13, Lovington 2. Wildcat baseball back in just a minute.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
6 runs on just 4 hits, an error committed by the Wildcats, and 1 runner left on for Roswell High. Lovington going to need to plate a couple of runs this inning if they want to see a 7th inning. New pitcher in the ballgame to try and shut this one down for Roswell High. That will be Lynn. It is not a save situation, of course, with an 11-run lead. But nonetheless, Lynn going to come in, try and get Griffin out of this one with the win. So for Lynn, he is 0-1 on the season, only 1 previous appearance, and he does have a 7.0 ERA. Lynn gave up 5 hits in just 3 innings of work, allowed 4 runs, 3 of them were earned, had a couple of walks. He's got a strong arm, but sometimes maybe has a little bit of trouble finding the zone. That you got the part of the lineup up for Lovington you want to see here. If you want to see a 7th inning, that's Jude Madrid on Paredes and Juan Sepulveda. That is 2, 3, and 4. Madrid reaching via the error last time up and got left stranded. He is 0 for 2. So Madrid to face the righty for the Coyotes. As Lynn deals, the first pitch is a fastball, top of the zone, outside corner, strike 1. And folks shaking their heads. This ump has called that one consistently on both sides, so no complaints here. And the 0-1 pitch, and took a little bit off of that one, and Madrid fights it off for strike 2, and then looks over at the bench, taps chest, says, "That one's on me, guys. I should have been ready for it." Outfield is deep now as the sun goes down. It is in the eyes, the right side of the infield. Corners facing maybe a little more power than they saw at a Griffin. Might see stuff going to that right side. That could play into the hands of the Wildcat hitters. Lynn always from the stretch, sets at the letters, and the 0-2 pitch fastball swung on and missed as Madrid goes down swinging for out number 1, third K of the ball game. For the Roswell pitching staff, the first for Lynn in relief. So now on Paredes to the plate, reached via an error, scored in the first, and then grounded into a double plate in the third. So nobody on, one out. Lovington down by 11. They need to get 2 runs to see a 7th inning. Lynn will kick and fire the fastball, and Paredes can't catch up with that one. It'll be strike number 1. So Griffin will leave with 5 complete. 2 Ks, 2 runs, neither one of them earned. So he is in line for the win. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is a fastball on the outside corner, knee high. And Paredes now down, no balls, 2 strikes. As Lynn has come out dealing. Well, he looks into Orozco, has what he wants. And deals the 0-2, took something off of that one. It is high in the air, curling foul down behind the Roswell bullpen. Well, that takes out the chance of an immaculate inning. Which is, of course, 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. So Paredes spoils that one, and the count stays 0-2. As Lynn sets again. Slightly away from his body. The 0-2 is high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And next up for your Wildcats, next Thursday evening up in Eunice. Or rather, I should say down in Eunice. They're at Cardinal Stadium. 1-2 pitch swung on. That one is popped up and out of play. Over the right side of things. So Paredes hanging tough, the number 3 hitter. Came into the game hitting .395 on the season. And hanging tough against Lynn, taking over to try and close this one out. Outfield has moved back as the sun's gone down. Highlight of the game, the 2-run blast for Juan Sepulveda, who waits on deck. Responsible for both of the Wildcats' runs on the board. 1-2 delivery from Lynn, swung on and missed as Paredes goes down swinging for out number 2. So 2 down now is Juan Sepulveda to the plate. Sepulveda 1 for 2, but that one was a biggie as he launched it over the scoreboard in left center way back in the first inning. So Sepulveda to try and extend this ball game, another out for the Wildcats. He'll wave the bat and step in. Lynn always from the stretch. Trying to improve on his ERA as Orozco asking for sign relay from the dugout. And he will deal to Sepulveda. Swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Bolanos handles it in the hole at short. Fires across the diamond. Pulls the first baseman off again, but Lujan with the sweep tag as Sepulveda goes beyond him, as Lujan probably needs a steak dinner from Bolanos tonight. He saved him from at least 3 errors that he would have otherwise committed, and that will be out number 3. And so the Wildcats go 1-2-3 in the 6th inning, and that will do it. Our final score is Roswell 13, Lovington 2. Taking a final look at the box scores of this one for Roswell High. They get 13 runs on 12 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 5 runners out on the base paths. For Lovington, they get 2 runs on 3 hits. They commit 1 error, and they also leave just 1 runner out on the base paths. So the Wildcats will have a week off and will head to Eunice next Thursday. Keep an eye on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com for game times and the latest on that one. So the Cats, with the loss tonight, will fall to 7-9 on the season. Roswell will go to 9-7. For Tiffany V, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square for my partner in crime, Don Morgan, who's over at the softball park tonight. I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Park. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Have a safe and happy Easter weekend. Good night.